But does married life seem a little boring to you?
Does it seem boring?
A little sedate?
No, I've seen interesting marriages and I've seen not interesting marriages.
At 50, Leonardo DiCaprio finally reveals relationship nightmares. Leonardo DiCaprio's rise to stardom didn't begin with red carpets or instant fame. It began in a modest Los Angeles household, where he was raised by artistic and bohemian parents who lived in neighboring homes after separating. His early environment was filled with both hardship and inspiration, shaping his unique worldview. Leo found joy in performing from the age of 2, mimicking people and making faces to entertain anyone who'd watch. Despite struggling in traditional schooling, his dream of acting never faded. It intensified when he saw his stepbrother earn $50,000 from a single commercial, proof that imagination could be profitable. Still, Leo faced rejection after rejection, even being told to change his name to something more American, like Lenny Williams. He refused, staying true to his roots. Eventually, through relentless persistence and the support of his father, Leo landed commercial gigs for Matchbox Cars, Kraft Singles, and Bubble Yum, proving his dedication early on. His first real break came in 1989 with a small role in the new Lassie, which opened the door to more television work. From there, his career snowballed. From TV teen roles to critically acclaimed performances. While many young actors get stuck in teen roles, DiCaprio's talent and ambition drove him far beyond that mold. After appearances on Parenthood and Growing Pains, he landed a pivotal part in This Boy's Life alongside Robert De Niro, a performance that forced him to adapt to real movie sets with strict directors and demanding roles. The film earned critical praise, but it was What's Eating Gilbert Grape that cemented Leo as a serious actor. His portrayal of a boy with developmental disabilities earned him his first Academy Award nomination at just 19. Hollywood took notice, but Leo wasn't just chasing prestige, he was crafting a legacy. He soon starred in Romeo, Juliet, and Titanic, the latter of which exploded into a global phenomenon. With fame came adoration, but also expectations. DiCaprio found himself dubbed a heartthrob overnight, a title he didn't want to be defined by. So he disappeared briefly, then returned to Hollywood with a new purpose: to be taken seriously. That pivot would guide every career move for the next 2 decades. Reinventing the Star, the Scorsese partnership and acting legacy. Leonardo DiCaprio's desire to break away from typecasting led to one of the most powerful collaborations in modern cinema: his partnership with director Martin Scorsese. It began in 2002 with Gangs of New York, followed by The Aviator, The Departed, Shutter Island, and many others. These films weren't just box office successes, they revealed new depths of Leo's range. He tackled roles filled with moral conflict, obsession, madness, and vulnerability. His work in The Revenant, a brutal survival epic, finally earned him a long-overdue Oscar in 2016. In the process, he became synonymous with transformative performances. But DiCaprio's ambitions didn't stop at acting. He founded Appian Way Productions to take control over the stories he helped tell and used the company to back films and documentaries aligned with his values. Off-screen, he also stepped into activism, focusing on environmental causes and humanitarian efforts. He became a United Nations Messenger of Peace and received accolades from France and Time magazine alike. Fame for DiCaprio became a tool, not a goal. The pattern begins: supermodels and public fascination. Despite his talent and dedication to craft, DiCaprio's personal life became a lightning rod for media speculation, especially his relationships. Starting in the 90s, his pattern of dating high-profile models became a cultural talking point. Bridget Hall, Naomi Campbell, Helena Christensen, these names became linked with Leo as early as his Titanic days. Though most of these relationships were short-lived and never officially confirmed, they were endlessly dissected in tabloids. The public couldn't get enough of the handsome leading man who always seemed to be with the next it girl. But Leo remained private, rarely commenting or defending himself. This silence only added to the mystery and made every rumored romance a story in itself. Even when he was seen vacationing with someone or attending an event arm in arm, he kept the details behind closed doors. It became a defining trait. Leonardo DiCaprio, the intensely private superstar who lived large but spoke little. Long-term love. The Gisele Bündchen and Bar Raffaele years, Leo's most substantial relationships came in the early 2000s with Gisele Bündchen and later Bar Raffaele. His 6-year romance with Gisele was perhaps the closest the public ever got to imagining DiCaprio as a potential husband. The couple traveled together, visited the Amazon rainforest, and attended high-profile events side by side. But Gisele later revealed in her memoir that while she was on a path of personal growth, Leo seemed stuck in old patterns. That philosophical divergence led to their split. His 5-year on and off relationship with Bar Raffaele followed a similar trajectory. Close, visible, yet ultimately incomplete. Bar later reflected on how their breakup helped her understand herself better, proving that even his most meaningful connections often led to self-discovery rather than lifelong partnership. These were not reckless flings, but seemingly heartfelt partnerships that unraveled when deeper commitment became a possibility. Blake, Rihanna, Nina, and the power of the tabloid mythos. After Gisele and Bar, DiCaprio entered an era of fast-moving, high-profile connections. He was seen with Blake Lively, who famously documented their romance through photos of a doll before Instagram was even a thing. He sparked headlines with Aaron Heatherton, partied with Rihanna, and vacationed with Nina Agdal. While many of these stories remain unconfirmed, the narrative they created took on a life of its own. One of the most outrageous rumors, a tabloid claim that DiCaprio had gotten Rihanna pregnant, was so egregious that Leo sued and won. Despite the noise, Leo stayed true to his style. Say nothing, reveal nothing, and let the world wonder. His silence became a shield, guarding whatever was real while the public spun its own stories. Each sighting, each red carpet photo, each beach vacation became tabloid fodder, but never a clear answer. Camila Marone. A 5-year relationship in the spotlight. In 2017, Leo began a relationship with model and actress Camila Marone, who was just 20 at the time. The pairing drew criticism due to the age gap, sparking memes and social media commentary. But Camila wasn't just a young girlfriend. She was vocal, intelligent, and unafraid to clap back at trolls. She defended their relationship and questioned why age gaps in Hollywood were still so controversial. The couple attended the 2020 Oscars together, and for once, fans started to believe Leo might actually settle down. Their bond lasted 5 years, longer than any of his past romances. Camila even echoed sentiments of genuine affection, once posting from the island where Leo filmed The Beach. But in 2022, they quietly parted ways. There was no scandal, no drama, just the end of a chapter. For many, it was the ultimate proof that DiCaprio simply isn't wired for conventional commitment, no matter how promising a relationship might seem. Victoria Seredi, the woman everyone is watching. Then came Victoria Seredi, an Italian model with a formidable career and a poised public image. The two were first linked during the Killers of the Flower Moon premiere in Cannes. Their relationship quickly gained traction as they were spotted vacationing in Sardinia, attending Halloween parties, and even celebrating DiCaprio's birthday with his mother. For fans and insiders alike, meeting the family hinted at something deeper. Victoria, who had recently ended a marriage with DJ Matteo Maleri, seemed ready for something serious, and sources say she's actively investing in the relationship. Yet, Despite the closeness and growing visibility, Leo still isn't budging on marriage. Those close to him insist he enjoys being with Victoria, admires her deeply, but still doesn't see the need to make anything official. As always, his idea of love remains deeply personal and detached from tradition. Why Leonardo DiCaprio will never get married. Insiders have long echoed the same sentiment. Leonardo DiCaprio does not believe in marriage. Not because he's afraid of love, but because he simply doesn't view it as essential. He enjoys companionship, commits in his own way, and remains fiercely independent. When Victoria was spotted with a diamond ring, fans speculated about an engagement, but it turned out to be a piece she'd owned long before Leo. Marriage, for DiCaprio, is not a goal. He's seen what commitment looks like and chooses to walk a different path. Sources say he's focused on his craft and personal growth, things that a legal bond won't enhance. Even if someone like Victoria is playing the game well, as insiders suggest, that doesn't guarantee a ring. The man who's lived under public scrutiny for decades has developed armor, and behind that, he continues to live life on his terms. Looking ahead, fatherhood, legacy, and a life lived on his terms now. At 50, Leonardo DiCaprio stands at a new crossroads. In a recent rare moment of openness, he admitted he still hopes to become a father one day. That simple statement hinted at a quiet evolution. While marriage may not be in the cards, the idea of nurturing a child and passing on his legacy has taken root in his mind. Still, those closest to him reiterate that Leo's first love is acting. His obsessive dedication to every role, his constant drive to elevate cinema, and his refusal to settle. These are the pillars of his identity. Whether he's dating a supermodel, campaigning for climate change, or transforming into a frontier man for an Oscar-winning role, Leonardo DiCaprio lives with deliberate purpose. And maybe, for him, that's enough. No wedding vows, no compromises. Just a life fully lived by his own design.